Welcome to Berry Farm, and in this video I'm going to show you how to care for the snails. Number one thing that you have to do is to construct a snail pen that looks like either of these three, or you can alternatively use free range method. But if you are using housing like either of these ones, then it will be easier for you to visit your pen every day and at least take care of them for the betterment of their growth. So in regard to this, we're going to talk about cleaning, feeding, and incubation. So cleaning, once you have these pens, in free range you cannot do cleaning, but when you decide to build a pen, then you have to do your cleaning at least once or twice a week. You are going to feed these animals, so it means therefore that there are going to be food remains in the pens, and when you leave them for a longer time, they can decompose and invite bacteria that can feed on your feeds and on these creatures and affect their health. So it is good that you do cleaning. You can also do cleaning every day in the morning because they are nocturnal. So once they eat at night, in the morning you just pick the remains and dispose them. So build a pen that is easier to clean. Feeding, basically they are purely vegetarians, and they eat anything green. If you live in a town like me, then you'll be forced to buy for them food, mostly kales, or you can go to the market and get them those food waste like mabaki ya nyanya, tomatoes, cabbages, or anything, any vegetable that you can get hold on. Again, these animals, they eat anything green, as I've said, meaning if you live in the village or if you keep them in the village, then anything you see around, they eat like more than 3,000 types of plants. So you can monitor them in their natural environment and know what they love. Like, I realized that they really love cactus. Yes, cactus and other things. So any vegetables that you consume or any plant that you plant, you can take the leaves to them. They will consume. So make sure you put them on the right diet. Again, there are high chances that they can cannibalize, mostly if you don't feed them well. If they lack, for example, calcium, remember they need calcium for the growth of the shell. So if you're not providing them with enough calcium, then they're likely to cannibalize. The bigger ones are likely to eat the smaller ones. To prevent this, it is easier. You can take the eggshell, for hen, or the shells removed from these snails. If you've slaughtered some, you can take the shells, then grind them into powder and mix them with the feeds. So when they feed on the vegetables, at least they get that calcium for the growth and development of the shell. Remember, if the shell cannot grow, then the snail also will not grow. So it is equally important that you take care of their shell. You have to feed them on water, and water is, they consume a lot of water. Yes, much of it. So make sure you always put water around them. And to avoid drowning, I will recommend that if you have something like this sort, or if you are using herbation, then put some cotton inside it. Then pour the water. So the cotton will ensure that they do not drown. They like that. They have that habit of getting into water. So to avoid that, make sure that you put something inside. You can also use mosquito net or some cotton cloth. Now, they will be laying eggs. One can lay between 150 to 200. I literally counted one and I found that they were 200 in one laying. So if you count even like these ones here, you will notice that they are 200, between 150 to 200. So these are about 3 snails that have laid which have laid these ones. There's one that has laid this yellowish, and there's also one that has laid these ones here, and also these ones here. So for them to hatch, you have to incubate them. And incubating them here, you don't need any machine at all. You only need soil. And make sure it is the right soil. If you use sandy soil, they won't hatch. So what you do is that you pick them up, you put them in either in a pail or in any container, or even in a trough. So you put forest soil into that container, then you bury them inside the soil. Once you bury them in the soil, make sure you keep the soil moisturized. It should not be dry. Again, it should not be waterlogged. Just maintain some humidity. They take between 14 to 21 days. Actually, the incubation itself takes 14 days. Now, after 14 days, they will hatch. They will start hatching like these ones here. And for those 7 days, you won't see them outside because they will still be feeding on these eggshells. Yes, they hatch, and once they hatch, they eat the shells where they have come from for about 1 or 2 weeks. After that, they start surfacing outside at this size. Now you will start seeing them. Now once you see them, like this one here, it's a bit clear. Once you start seeing them, you can start putting some kales or some soft vegetables or leaves into where they are so that they can start consuming them. Again, you also put water and make sure that they do not drown inside the water. Finally, once they reach this stage, you can now move them to the box or where you keep the adults. But don't mix them still with the adults because you never know, some can decide to cannibalize. So that's all. And if you have any queries, just leave in the comment section below, or contact me on my number, or watch other more videos that I've put the link down below. Thank you.